Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Sophie Erber. We begin with a new record on the country's daily vaccination count. Nearly 3.5 million shots were administered today. This comes as the White House announces the nation's third vaccine supplier will meet its goal of 20 million vaccines this month. Jesse Chanur has the latest from Washington now in our top story at 5.
They are ramping up.
Johnson & Johnson plans to deliver at least 11 million more shots of the country's first single-dose vaccine by the end of March.
We talked to the governors and our federal partners to expect a significant number of doses next week.
Jeff Zients, the White House coronavirus response coordinator, says that means all 3 authorized vaccine suppliers in the U.S. should hit their first quarter targets.
With the increase in demand, we think it's a good thing that states are opening up eligibility to all Americans no later than May 1st.
The White House COVID-19 response team also announced 3 new federal mass vaccination sites in Boston, Newark, and Norfolk, which the Department of Defense will help staff.
Nearly 3,000 military personnel are currently deployed to support Federal Emergency Management Administration-led efforts at civilian vaccination sites around the United States, with more expected soon.
Lieutenant General Ron Place, the director of the Defense Health Agency, says increased vaccination efforts continue within the department as well.
We were aware that some service members were hesitant to accept vaccination, but now we are seeing more and more step forward to get it when it's their turn.
Dr. Terry Adirham, the acting Assistant Secretary of Defense for Health Affairs, expects the Pentagon to also open up vaccine eligibility to all beneficiaries by May 1st and vaccinate the entire Defense Department by mid-July.
We just can't let up at this point.
In Washington, I'm Jesse Tenor.
Morningside nursing students got the chance to gain a little real-world experience today as they assisted the drilling pharmacy in administering more vaccines to residents. Together, they vaccinated roughly 580 people at the Sioux City Library. They administered doses from 7 in the morning until 5 p.m. We spoke with students who say the long hours are worth it when they're helping people. You'll hear more from these students, as well as a woman who received the vaccine today, coming up tonight at 6 and at 10. And more people in Union County, South Dakota will now have access to the vaccine. With South Dakota health officials opening COVID vaccinations to Group 1E, Avera Health has launched online appointments for the public. After answering questions on their online portal, you'll be able to select your community and then book an appointment time. You'll find a link to that site plus more information on the process at our website, SiouxlandProud.com. For those of you looking to get your first dose of vaccine, there's some new guidance from the CDC tonight. Officials say you should not take painkillers prior to getting your vaccine, but it is okay to use them afterwards if your doctor agrees. The CDC says that painkillers could interfere with how your body reacts to the vaccine and therefore make the vaccine less effective. Tyson Foods in South Sioux City began the process of offering their workers vaccines today. It gave 4,000 employees that work at the Dakota City plant convenient access. These vaccines were provided by the local health department. Before today, 160 of those Dakota City workers had already been vaccinated as part of the other tier groups available early this year. A total of 19,000 of the company's employees nationwide have been vaccinated at more than 50 events held at either Tyson facilities or through external sources. Meanwhile, the state of Iowa has seen a jump in COVID numbers over the past week. The latest numbers from the Iowa Department of Public Health show there were 907 new cases reported today, along with 19 new deaths reported. The current 7-day positivity rate at 4.8%. That is up slightly from the beginning of the week. There are currently 207 patients in hospital with COVID-19 in the state of Iowa. For a complete look at local numbers, you can head to our website, SiouxlandProud.com. It's time tonight for our first check on the weather. Meteorologist Marcus Beasley standing by. And Marcus, after drying out for a few days now, I hear there's a chance we could see showers tonight in parts of Siouxland.
That's right. It does look like some light rain is moving into the area, but the key word there, light rain. We're not going to see the type of rain that we had earlier this week. We had quite a soaking earlier this week, but it does look like some rain possible overnight tonight. High temperatures today, a little bit warmer compared to the last couple of days. 55 was our high in Sioux City as well as Wayne. 58 for your high temperature today in Yankton. 57 in Lamar's and Cherokee. And 54 in Storm Lake. So temperatures east to west, north to south are pretty similar throughout the area, which doesn't happen too often. Forecast lows tonight, they'll drop down into the upper 30s and lower 40s, so we'll see a chilly night, but not a cold night throughout Siouxland. However, we are going to see that chance of some rain tonight and into tomorrow morning, but then it does look like by the end of the weekend, we'll see warmer temperatures with some more sunshine. Details on all of that in the 9 on 9. Sophie?
All right, thanks, Marcus. A fire this morning destroyed a garage on Sioux City's west side. Fire officials were called to 2525 Center Street around 7 a.m. When crews arrived there, the backside of a detached garage was on fire. Crews were able to knock that fire down quickly, but the garage and the car inside it were destroyed. A dog inside that garage at the time of the fire was able to escape. Officials say a lamp left on inside that garage caused the blaze.
Actually check the smoke alarms. In this case, the smoke alarm probably wouldn't do any good because the garage is not occupied, but it very easily could have been inside of a residence. This time of morning, everybody's very busy. Things get overlooked. I overlook things in my home every morning as I'm trying to get the kids out the door. Make sure that those stoves are turned off, make sure those toasters are unplugged.
Deputy Collins said most of the damage is where the dog and the lamp were located in the garage. You can follow our website, SiouxlandProud.com, for updates. Roughly 30 million Social Security recipients and other retirees tonight are still waiting for their stimulus checks. Lawmakers asked the Social Security Administration to start sending out payment information 2 weeks before President Joe Biden signed that COVID-19 relief deal. But the SSA did not get the payment data to the IRS until yesterday. The delay also affects those with VA retirement income and people with railroad pensions. There is still no timeline on exactly when those checks might arrive. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem has proposed a few changes to the legislature's plan to institute medical marijuana statewide. Voters there passed the initiative back in November. It's called Measure 26. That gives the state until July 1st to implement medical marijuana in the Rushmore state. Today, Governor Noem urged the legislature to limit the amount of plants a patient can grow to 3 and prohibit people under the age of 21 from smoking marijuana. She also urged them to create a framework that tracks the drug from, quote, seed to sale. An iconic sawmill in the Black Hills is shutting down after 53 years in operation. The owner made that announcement earlier this week. He says there is no longer enough timber available for purchase in the Black Hills region to keep the sawmill running. The company plans on operating for another 60 days or as long as there are enough employees to keep it going.
We have about 120 employees, and we'll probably lose about roughly 30 loggers in the whole area. They won't all be around the Hill City area, but this is impacting over 150 direct jobs related to our company.
Nyman says his company relies on the Forest Service for roughly 80% of its lumber. The Forest Service reduced the amount of timber available in recent years due to pine beetle infestation and, unfortunately, wildfires. Capturing the perfect photo can take a lot of trial and error and patience, but a new business in the Hawkeye State is looking to make that a little easier. There's soon to be a spot in the QC that is designed for people to take as many photos as they like. Capture Selfie Studio is opening up in Davenport. There are 15 different sets for people to take photos at, and it's designed specifically for people to get that perfect selfie. The owners have a specific audience they're targeting for this business.
It kind of branches into the new influencer market. So social media is a big thing for my generation and the next generation. And so this place was really something dedicated for those people who are trying to grow that part of their lives or, you know, that part of their career.
That was Capture Selfie Studio owner. Their grand opening is tomorrow, and they say they're already recommending people reserve a spot online if they're interested because they do have a capacity limit. Well, gun sales are on the rise across the country this week. This comes after 2 high-profile shootings recently and the possibility now of stricter gun laws in the country. We'll unwrap that situation coming up in about 11 minutes.
And it is looking like we're going to have a rainy start to the weekend. 70-degree temperatures expected Monday, and then next week we're going to see big temperature swings. Details on all of that after the break.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Sophie Erber and meteorologist Marcus Beasley. This is KCAU 9 News at 5.
Into the weekend, it looks like we'll reach back up into the 70s. And today is the final day of severe weather preparedness week, or awareness week, I should say. And today we're talking about watches and warnings. So right here, this is a simple way to look at a watch versus a warning. We have an ingredient, or the ingredients for a cake right there. That's a cake watch. We don't have a cake. You can't really do too much, but the ingredients are there. But when you put them all together, you get the cake, and that's the cake warning. So very similar to a watch versus a warning. If you have a tornado watch, the ingredients for the tornado is there. It's just not formed yet. When the warning happens, then you have a tornado. So that's just an easy way to look at a watch versus a warning. So if there is a warning, that's when the event is occurring or likely to occur in the area. So take action, especially when the warning is issued. You need to have an emergency supply kit as well for severe weather. Some key things to have is water, about a gallon of water per person, a 3-day supply of non-perishable food, a weather radio with batteries, a flashlight with batteries, a first aid kit and a whistle, as well as a dust mask if you have any injuries, prescription medication if you're stuck, and cash. Cash is always a good thing to have. And right here is a viewer picture sent in from Monty, some deer hanging out in the snow a few weeks ago because the snow hasn't been around for a little while. If you have any pictures to submit, especially with the springtime weather, go to SiouxlandProud.com, click on our weather tab, and send us some pictures.
Thank you for that cake analogy.
Yeah.
That makes so much more sense to me now, even working in news all these years.
Yeah, it's an easy way to understand it, especially for the kids.
Very cool. Thanks a lot, Marcus. Well, we are excited to announce we do have a newly redesigned mobile app here at KCAU 9 News. It's a good experience. It alerts you to breaking news, also lets you find other important content like weather and video quickly. Just update your existing app, or if you don't have it yet, you could download it in the App Store or Google Play. And you might have noticed that your Amazon packages have been arriving a little earlier than usual. That is thanks to the opening up of a new distribution center in Sioux Falls. We have more on what the opening means for the community and your deliveries coming up. But first, recent high-profile shootings and the possibility of more gun control measures have people purchasing firearms in numbers. We'll hear from a gun store owner about that situation coming up. Welcome back. Gun sales again on the rise across the United States. This, of course, after 2 more high-profile mass shootings in recent weeks, and also news that Congress is looking to enact tougher gun control measures. As reporter Valencia Wicker found out, it's causing gun stores to struggle keeping up with demand.
Business at KRB Firearms and the Range has had its fair share of ups and downs. But lately, the Mount Juliet owners say they've seen an uptick in interested buyers.
They're wanting to protect themselves again, and it's not really, I wouldn't say it's because of the mass shooting, it's because of the talk of gun control.
The influx comes just days after mass shootings in Atlanta and Boulder, Colorado, all while the White House considers executive orders on gun control. Brooks says in just the last week, his sales have tripled, and buyers are far less picky with their purchases.
People, they would come in, see what we have. Hey, do you have any ammo? No, walk out the door. Now it's, hey, what do you have? We have this. All right, I'll take it.
But the surge in demand also comes with its challenges. Ammunition is still on a nationwide shortage, and concealed carry firearms are difficult to come by.
I make phone calls and emails daily to distributors and seeing what's out there and just saying, hey, send me what you got. It's been real challenging just to be able to serve the community on get what they need, not necessarily what they want, but what they need.
According to the TBI, nearly 1 million guns were bought last year. Only time will tell how this year compares to last.
Amazon's distribution center is now pumping out packages in Sioux Falls. Coming up, we'll explain how that new facility opening there could impact your next Amazon order. Amazon's first warehouse in the state of South Dakota is now shipping packages to Siouxland shoppers, and quickly. The 160,000 square foot facility opened earlier this month, and as reporter Don Jorgensen found out, it's just the beginning of Amazon's expansion in the area.
Amazon has finally arrived in Sioux Falls and is now making deliveries. It began operating out of half of this new 120,000 square foot warehouse on 60th Street North earlier this month. In a statement to KELOLAND News, Amazon says it's excited to increase its investment in South Dakota with the state's first delivery station to provide fast and efficient delivery for customers. Commercial realtor Greg Brown with NAI helped Amazon find the location.
They've been looking for over a year. They've started their search and they put it on hold, and then they picked it back up, and it was basically mid-2020 when they really focused on the location they ultimately selected.
Brown says the primary reason Amazon selected this location is because of the proximity to I-90, and it had enough space for loading docks and parking.
They needed additional land, about over an acre, just to park all the vans that'll be there coming and going and delivering.
Vans that will enter in the back, get loaded, and then head out the front to make your deliveries. All of this is a good sign for Sioux Falls.
I think it puts us on the map to have Amazon here, not only for the fulfillment center going up at Foundation Park, but to have this last mile distribution point here in Sioux Falls. They'll be distributing obviously beyond Sioux Falls. So for us, again, it becomes a big deal, the jobs and having Amazon kind of anchored here with another facility is terrific for our community and the economy.
Taking a live look outside right now from downtown Sioux City, Marcus returns with one more check on your forecast. Before we wrap up at 5, let's check in first with Tim for what's coming up at 6. Hi, Tim.
Hey, good afternoon, Sophie. And it's Friday, so that's a good deal to get started here. The weekend looks good as well. In news at 6, now that the sports are back in action and gambling is once again legal in Iowa, the state health department now working to make sure that sports betting doesn't become a problem for Iowans. We'll take a closer look at what's involved there coming up after World News tonight. And a day after nearly 24 tornadoes touched down across Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, killing at least 6 people, damaging dozens of homes as well. More severe weather could be headed to the area. The twisted damage coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. And of course, at this time of the year, that severe weather awareness is so important, as I know Marcus would attest.
That's right. Thanks a lot for that, Tim. And Marcus, as you described, it is very important to have a plan ready, especially because with tornadoes, you never really know. But our weather this weekend, much less inclement.
Yeah, we're going to have pretty quiet weather here. A few showers tonight, but they're going to be light. And we're going to see temperatures right there in the low 40s tonight. Tomorrow, 56 degrees, some scattered showers, especially in the morning. Sunday, it looks like we'll see some sunshine in Siouxland.
All right. Thanks, Marcus. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening and a good weekend.